This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Haley has the night off. Thank you so much for joining us. Our top story, a fire breaks out at a construction site at the Rayling College of Art and Design while crews worked on a building. Supplies that were just delivered going up in flames. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the Sarasota campus with the very latest tonight. Jess?
Good evening, Scott. It was the new Boss Visual Arts Center behind me that was in flames earlier today. Fire officials telling me that it was flammable roofing materials on the third story that caught fire. Those materials just delivered 24 hours ago. Construction crews were working on the scene when the fire broke out around 12:20. Fire officials say nobody was hurt. Investigators are still looking into what sparked the blaze. The flames creating dark smoke that could be seen throughout much of the city of Sarasota. Construction of the three-story building was expected to be finished this summer. It's unclear if those dates will be pushed back now because of the fire.
Buildings has been under construction for a little over a year, and the one-story building is actually set to have its opening on this Friday. And we hope that no damage occurred there. We haven't had all the reports yet, but we think it's probably very safe.
I'm told that these roofing materials were in pallet form, which is what caused the massive amount of smoke and also flames. Now, fire officials say that there's no fire protection in or on the building while it's under construction. Reporting at the Rayling College of Art and Design, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you so much. A fire scare near another school campus in Sarasota today. A spokesperson for Sarasota County Fire says a fire broke out in an air conditioning unit on the roof of the parish office at the Incarnation Catholic Church on Bee Ridge Road. There's also a school on that campus. This was all happening around 3:45 this afternoon. Fire crews arrived at the scene within minutes.
From the dispatch time, it took 3 minutes to get on scene, and once we had water on the fire, within 2 minutes the fire was actually out. So it was a very quick response time we had.
Building where the parish office is located was evacuated just as a precaution. No one was hurt, and firefighters, as you heard, were able to put that fire out very quickly. Sarasota County fire officials are helping battle a growing wildfire south of the Suncoast. That fire in Collier County has now grown to a massive 6,000 acres. Mandatory evacuations are in place near the fire. The Caloosahatchee Forestry Center says it's about 30% contained right now. And if you're traveling south, drivers are urged to be careful in that area. There's a lot of smoke, and because of that, the Florida Highway Patrol has shut down about 25 miles of I-75. They did that this afternoon. It's the western section of Alligator Alley. Let's get a check on our forecast tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, I wish I had some better news, Scott, as far as rainfall goes. We could use a lot of rain to kind of get us back down to some more normal numbers when it comes to the index of the high fire danger. You can see the Panhandle has had plenty of rain throughout the winter months as a result of the fronts coming down there, getting rid of a lot of the rainfall. By the time the fronts reach us, it's extremely dry. We're in the 500 to 600 category right now, which is a pretty high fire danger for us here, especially into Charlotte County, into Highlands County. Now, they've just gone into the 600 range today. We're still very high into Sarasota and into DeSoto counties and Hardee and Manatee, although not there yet. They are going to be there soon because we're not expecting much rainfall. The winds are also very dangerous. We had those high winds on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Not as strong today, but still breezy out there. Winds are out of the east, basically at 5 to 10, gusting as high as 20 to 25 this afternoon. Currently at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, we have some clouds around. Still pleasant, though. 74 degrees. Dew point is at 61. We'll have more in our forecast in just a few minutes. Scott?
Bob, thank you. A Florida court ruling school districts have the right to hold back third graders who score poorly on standardized reading tests. An appeals court is throwing out a lower court ruling that said districts must consider other factors besides testing performance when deciding whether to promote a student to the next grade level. Today's ruling says the state has a compelling interest to make sure students can read. The decision today is a blow to parents in the opt-out movement who tell their kids not to take standardized tests. A controversial issue being discussed at tonight's Sarasota County School Board meeting. That meeting began just a few minutes ago. Transgender activists are holding a speak out. They support allowing transgender students to use the bathroom of the gender they identify with. The issue was first brought up by a transgender student at Pineview School last year. The school changed its policy to be more accommodating, but the district has not made any district-wide policies. Lawmakers from all across the state are now in Tallahassee to start the 2017 legislative session. ABC7's Bo Beth Yates has more on what we can expect from lawmakers over the next 2 months.
With cheers and applause, Governor Scott greeted lawmakers to kick off the 2017 legislative session. In his State of the State address, the governor laid out his priorities for the coming session.
Over the coming weeks, we will have many debates over bills and policies. But what unites us will always make us be stronger than what divides us.
Scott vowed to work with all lawmakers and said his goal is to continue to strengthen the state's economy by cutting $618 million in taxes.
Florida is on the verge of becoming the job creation capital of the world. And the fight for jobs continues. And that means we have to keep cutting taxes.
Scott says more than 1.26 million private sector jobs have been created since he was elected. But his proposed $83 billion budget also includes some spending. $102 million is allocated to support active military, veterans, and their families, and about $4 billion is being set aside for the environment. But while Scott has his plan of action, many lawmakers are gearing up for their own agendas.
It's very important to me that people have the ability to defend themselves, and that's why I keep pushing bills like this.
Suncoast Senator Greg Stubbe is sponsoring several controversial gun bills that will ease regulation and allow concealed weapon permit holders to carry at legislative meetings, local government meetings, elementary and secondary schools, airports, colleges, and universities. This series of legislations have caused a lot of controversy, and ABC7 political commentator Frank Alcock says the likelihood of the gun legislation's passing have drastically increased now that Stubbe have separated them into different measures.
I would be surprised if all of that got passed. I'd be shocked, but I'd also be surprised if none of it got through.
Other lawmakers like Suncoast Representative Joe Gruters says his priorities include local initiatives like extending legacy training for the All-Star House, a home for foster children transitioning, as well as funding for Circus Sarasota and Bendison Park's rowing facility.
I'm going to focus my time on bills that really strengthen economic development and tourism, and doing everything I can to make sure that parents are empowered to make the best decisions they can for their children.
Now, the legislative session is expected to be 60 consecutive days, but lawmakers say they don't expect any major bills to be passed this week. Back to you.
All right, Bobette, thank you. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, Longboat Key working to keep bike riders safe while cycling on the island. We'll have the results of a new report. And spring break is fast approaching. How the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office will enforce laws while students enjoy a break from school.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Pickle beats.
You keep going back to pickle beat. I want ooh la la.
With unlimited colors to choose from, I knew we would find one they would agree on.
Ace is the place with the sienna rose color you love. Or pickled beets.
This one would be nice.
Maybe aged Bordeaux.
Don't miss the March Red Hot Buys on Roundup Weed and Grass Killer and Spectracide Fire Ant Killer. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before.
And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
An update tonight on the abandoned Northport golf course called Sable Trace. The course closed 2 years ago after its owners could no longer afford to keep it open. Since then, the course has not been maintained. And now the drainage ditches on the course, which connect to nearby neighborhoods, are blocked up. But because the property is in foreclosure, the city may have to do the work to clear those ditches, even though it's the responsibility of the bank that owns it.
Wells Fargo has foreclosed on the property, therefore making Wells Fargo the individual that's responsible for abatement of the particular situation.
If the city has to do the work, the bill will be added to the $11,000 in fines on the property already. The Longboat Key Police Department releasing a report on the number of bicycle accidents on the island. That report shows there has been a total of 22 accidents involving bikes since 2011. Last year there were 5 accidents, and so far this year police say there have been 3 accidents involving bike riders. That's on pace to surpass last year. Town manager Dave Bullock says these are numbers they want to reduce.
Just because you have a right to the road, whether you're a bike or a car, don't put yourself in a place where someone else is in danger from your behavior.
According to Florida bicycle laws, riders under the age of 16 must wear a helmet, and it's also recommended for adults as well. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is stepping up its patrols as it prepares for spring break crowds. It expects many visitors to come into town in addition to local students enjoying time off from school. More sheriff's deputies will patrol local beaches and popular entertainment locations in order to reduce the number of crimes and incidents. Deputies are paying extra attention to underage drinking, drug possession, and traffic enforcement. You'll also see electronic signboards with these reminders around Sarasota County. And we'll find out what the beach forecast is for tomorrow right after this.
Now's the perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Cancer does change people's lives. It is frightening. The treatment for fear is hope. And what works for you is not necessarily going to work for somebody else. It does take a whole team. This is a facility that really cares about the outcome of the patients. So our job at Sarasota Memorial Hospital is to meet the needs of that individual any way we need to meet them.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
If you want to rediscover the smooth, radiant skin of your past, consider a facelift, eyelid lift, or laser resurfacing from Faces by Feza. Restore your natural, youthful appearance and the confidence that goes with it when you trust your face to the expert hands of Dr. John Feza. Using a delicate touch, he gives you natural-looking contours, a clean jawline, and long-lasting results. Call today to schedule a private consultation, because when you look good, you feel good. Faces by Feza at Center for Sight.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Still a little windy today. Not quite as bad as it was.
Right.
But it was up.
Gusts as high as 30 at the airport, and winds sustained a little bit down from over the weekend, but looks like things are going to get even better tomorrow. So good boating weather tomorrow. Should be okay for fishing too. Hopefully everything works out. KCK webcam, get a look at this video that you see right here. This is time lapse, and what a gorgeous shot that is. Just calm conditions out there, at least near the coast, right near the coast with that east wind. It keeps things real calm, but then sunshine was around about until 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then we started to see some clouds work in from the east coast, and some of those clouds do contain a brief sprinkle here and there. But we have a frontal system approaching and a high pressure ridge which had been over the mid-Atlantic coast states, now shifting a little bit further off to the east now. This high is getting bumped off to the east, and what's happening is allowing this frontal boundary, the same front that produced all the tornadoes yesterday across parts of the central U.S., to progress in our general direction. Now, it is producing some rough weather tonight, but no massive outbreak of tornadoes like we saw last night with the front. There are still a few around. What we're looking at, the possibility of a few sprinkles, mainly inland counties. Not much for us here along the immediate coastline, and that'll only last for about an hour or so. No accumulation anticipated with that. 74, still comfortable out there. A few clouds around. Dew point is at 61. Winds out of the south-southwest at 8. The pressure is still rather high at 30-25, but it is slowly going down and will do so tomorrow. The high today was well above the average of 75 degrees. Our high today was 83. 61 was the morning low. And rainfall, well, we haven't had a whole lot this year. So far, we're over 3.5 inches below average, and thus the high fire danger exists across most of west central Florida and south Florida for that matter. Hourly forecast for Wednesday looks to be pretty good. Lots of sunshine, a few clouds developing in the afternoon, not as many as we saw today due to the fact that the winds won't be as brisk out of the east tomorrow, and we'll see a little west coast sea breeze kick in. Well, the futurecast is showing that front sliding to the southeast as the high pressure moves off into the Atlantic. That front loses a lot of its punch. It pulls up stationary right across central Florida, and then we'll see a few clouds associated with it throughout the day on Thursday. There's a chance for an inland shower here or there, but not much of a chance, only at about 20%, and it'll develop along the sea breeze front and be inland shower activity for the most part. Well, temperatures right now extremely mild in places like Chicago, Toledo, Cleveland, as well as into Columbus and Cincinnati and Fort Wayne. Temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s. In Washington, it's 65 degrees right now. But things are about to change as some cold Arctic air is spreading to the south and eventually to the east. So get ready. In the northeast, we're talking high temperatures only into the teens and 20s over the weekend in places like, into Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island as well. Well, the satellite and radar review showing that storm system moving to the east right now, bringing mainly rain across the northeast, and another storm system moving into the Pacific Northwest, Washington, Oregon, Northern California. Not much activity, but a lot of activity here. Look at this straight line winds, a big factor. Severe weather possibilities right there in the parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. Right now, there are no warnings or watches for that matter, but we had one just about an hour ago, a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning in parts of Mississippi. Southeast winds turn to the southwest at 5 to 10 knots. There'll be a light chop on the bays and inland waters tomorrow, so it should be nice. The UV index will be high. Beaches will see a high into the mid-70s. That's due to the sea breeze kicking in the afternoon, and inland areas will still warm to near 80 degrees. Tides upcoming for Sarasota Bay, 7:50, and the next low tide will be at 4:39. Sunset just after 6:30. Mostly fair tonight, 63 for your low, well above average, and east winds at 5 to 10. Tomorrow looks to be really good, warm weather, 80 degrees, a few clouds, and mainly the afternoon. Southeast winds turn to the southwest with that sea breeze kicking in. And the extended forecast, 20% chance for showers on Thursday as the front fizzles. Same story on Friday, and that'll be mainly inland, and then we go through the time change, spring forward Saturday night and Sunday morning. A weak front comes down on Sunday, bringing with it a chance for showers through Tuesday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you so much. An eye-catching scene in downtown Bradenton's Village of the Arts. 3 artists plan to transform the intersection of 12th Street West and 9th Street West into a colorful scene, welcoming visitors to the Village of the Arts. The art is directly applied to the street with commercial-grade thermoplastic. The group was selected to create and install the street art by a panel of local artists and some residents. It's supposed to visually connect downtown Bradenton and the Art Village.
Too many times I've heard local residents say, we've lived here 20 years, we didn't know the Village of the Arts was here. And I think this is a wonderful way to bring those people in to see all the stuff that the Village of the Arts has to offer.
The artists are expected to work on the project on Monday and Tuesday nights from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. to avoid traffic.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll introduce you to an amazing Suncoast woman who'll tell you how to take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way.
Tonight, where's the evidence? After the explosive new accusation, President Trump claiming his predecessor wiretapped Trump Tower. The White House again at odds with the FBI. Now the push for an investigation. This is where America turns. World News Tonight with David Muir.
When caring for my wife alone became too much for me, I called my long-term care insurance company to get help from granny nannies. Now the most wonderful nurses help me with her care.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
I heard about the Dottole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dottole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Tonight we honor an amazing Suncoast woman who has astounded doctors and competitors in every sport she's tried. ABC7's Linda Carson is here with more. Linda?
A doctor once told Deb Schock that she would be blind in 7 years. She was also told that she would never be able to live a productive life and should never live to be a grandmother. That was 42 years ago, and she proved them all wrong. They call her a woman of steel, and it's easy to see why. Debbie Schock's challenges started at birth.
I was born without a femur and a hip joint and part of my pelvis. So I had a shortened leg.
The outlook was bleak.
Well, the first doctor they ever took me to said she'll never walk.
Her parents found better doctors.
They amputated my foot so I could wear a leg. And I had a knee joint, but it was all the way up at the top. And they took the knee and fused it. And then But my mom and dad got a leg for me when I was 10 months old.
From then on, despite her diabetes, Debbie was off.
I rode my bicycle about 6 miles to the pool and swam all day. And it didn't bother me that I was the only one there with one leg hopping around the pool.
She was on the golf team and the volleyball team. She graduated from Indiana University and got her master's degree.
I worked in D.C. as a speechwriter for someone. She was during the Reagan administration.
At a Learn to Ski program, she met her husband, John. He was from London, and she soon moved there, joined the British disabled ski team, and competed all over Europe. Then she and John moved back to Florida.
I owned a structural steel fabrication company, and I was named Tampa Bay Business Journal's Businesswoman of the Year for manufacturing while we owned the steel company.
She became known as the Woman of Steel. They meant her spirit. She says she deserves the name because of her body parts.
I have an insulin pump, and I have a blood glucose monitor. I have a spinal cord stimulator, and my leg, obviously. And so I'm over 50% replacement parts.
Debbie sailed a sunfish in Sarasota with the Luffing Lassies, went scuba diving in Fiji with sharks, and flew a sailplane. And she's a motivational speaker. She says her disability hasn't held her back. Instead, it's given her opportunities she wouldn't have otherwise had.
I write for a golf magazine, and I write on adaptive golf. So I wouldn't have had that opportunity.
And her life lesson, be on the lookout for opportunities.
And so it's all about seeing opportunities and not so quickly say no.
I got to know Debbie when we were both sailing with the Luffing Lassies, but I have to tell you guys, she was always way out front and I was always last, so I had to wait to get to know her till we got back to land.
Right, I'm
but
not
she
surprised.
is an awesome
Inspirational,
person.
yeah, that's amazing. Great story there.
Great athlete she is.
Probably beat us in golf.
Done a lot, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for joining us. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Have a good night. We'll see you again at 11.